What is the objective of this technology being developed together with CSEM?
So we had actually two objectives. The first one was to be sure that our trains are available. So the major one is availability of the train. And the second one was to have a look on the maintenance cost, so to be able to reduce the maintenance cost of our fleet.
Tell us about how this collaboration worked and how helpful it was to develop the project.
So basically we had from our side a big knowledge, which is the knowledge of our experts on the field, because we are a maintenance organization as Stadler Service. And the point was we were able to deliver quite a high amount of data from the vehicle and from the system on the vehicle. And the idea was to say, what can we do with this data? And that's where the CSM came with the technology of the deep learning algorithm, and where they decided to use our data. So basically the process was simple. They get a system from us, built in the lab application, also on the lab at the CSEM. They had to work with the machine to understand the production of the data, to define which are the good stand of the system and which are the bad stand of the system. And based on this, we decide when we have to perform the maintenance on the system.
What were the biggest challenges that you encountered?
The biggest challenge was to be able to define what we had to check on the system, which means, and it was the knowledge we were able to bring with the, let's say, the two houses together. So the CSM was able to tell us certain type of data are good to deliver some information, and our expert on the field were able to say that's the data we have, or the data we could gather. So we could gather maybe more data to have a more accurate estimation of the status of the system.
What impact do you see for people?
So for us, the biggest impact is to be able to make like an acquisition of the knowledge, because as a service organization, we have signed some contract all over Europe for example, in the UK, 35 years of maintenance. And it means for us very concretely, we will have, for this fleet, we will have 3 generations of workers there. So with this deep learning and with, let's say, digitalization of the maintenance activities, we are able to gather the knowledge and to bring it to the next generation. So I mean, on the long term, it's the most important one that we have. And let's say more on the short-term one, which is the daily target of this, is just to be able that we perform the maintenance at the right time, which means we are right with our costs, and our operator, let's say our customer, they have machine available and they have this need. They have this need to perform the mission of bringing the people from A to B every day, or to bring the goods from A to B, and they need available trains. So we say, or we like to say at Stadler Service, our mission is to make sure it rolls. It has to roll, nothing else.
What are your hopes and expectations for this project?
Our hopes are, let's say, quite big, because I mean, the world of the subsystem, I mean the world of the industries in general is getting even more complex. So we are facing the situation that we are building even complexer system and even complexer trains. So we need the system and the train speak to us. That's really the big target.